بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم ومن اتبع هديه إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، أحبتي في الله, I greet you with the green of Islam, the green of Ahl Jannah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, my brothers and sisters, in another night of Ramadan, the months of Quran, the months of Ibadah, the months taqarrub ilallah, to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And tonight we're going to address our feeling and our emotion toward the last 10 days of Ramadan. We are entering the last blessed 10 days of Ramadan, and they are the most important 10 days in the year. And also it could be the most important 10 days in our life, because some of us will not witness another Ramadan. Some of us will complete, inshallah, will be blessed to complete the whole 10 days of Ramadan, and some of us will not complete the whole 10 days of Ramadan. Then you are entering and you are trying to collect the greatest prize in your life, which is the last 10 days of Ramadan. And you are trying to catch Laylatul Qadr, which is khayrun min alf shahr, better than 1,000 months. But our feeling is mixed with worry, with questioning, and also confusion. And there's a lot of temptation outside, from videos that we receive, from news that we are passing on, and we are not focusing in our targets. And I have a lot to discuss in this video, and I hope that you have patience. This is a Hadith al-Ruh. This is from beloved brother to his respected community, and I want to address some topics that I receive worry, complain, pushing things to happen, and nothing will happen in our life without the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I always say Ramadan is exactly like an engineer that he trying to build a beautiful, strong building, big tower, that he have, according to how many floor he want to rise up the building, he need to dig deep in the ground to make sure that this building that he will build, it's strong, can have a view better than others, to defeat any kind of disaster, calamity, any weather condition, earthquake, and it can be better than anyone around it. That this building can stand up, tower as, and proud to be among of this community. This is the best tower, and everybody will point and say this is a very strong building. Ramadan comes to do that to our life. Dig deep in the roots in our family and our house to create a strong building that can face the calamity and hardship in life, which we will face over and over and over. Life is not a sweet all the time. It's not honeymoon is all the time. It's not easy all the time. It's hardship, testing. You will be tested over and over and over until, inshallah, you enter the paradise and the test is over. But until we reach that point, we're going to be tested. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us this month of Ramadan, give us the last 10 days of Ramadan to strengthen our Eman, to be selfish. I want to say from the last 10 days, you need to be selfish in your ibadah, that you don't want any temptation outside to affect your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Be selfish in the last 10 days of Ramadan. Selfish in a matter of ibadah, not with people. Then, Islam wants you to be generous to everyone. Islam wants you to be friendly with everyone, peaceful with everyone. But this last 10 days, you need to remind yourself that this is my last opportunity. And this is life or death for me. I want to win this night, which is better than 1,000 months of ibadah that I will not be able to do it in my own. 1,000 months. It's like 83 years of worship. Qiyam al-Layl, fasting, ibadah, praying and all stuff. None of us guaranteed to live 83 years worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we collect the 5 minutes or 10 minutes that we're praying the whole entire day, over the 60 or 70 years of our life, we will not gather 83 years of worship of ibadah. Now, I know that you are worried about your wife. I know that you are worried about your husband. I know that you worry about your kids, that they are not getting it yet. And the only way they get it, they have to understand that it's beneficial for them, not for us. And this is a message, and I hope that everyone listen to it. Young kids, sister, wife, and husband, and grandfather. This is not for me. This is for yourself. The last 10 days, if you keep saying, I want to go back to my routine, I want to go back to my regular life, when is Ramadan is going to end? Because the suffering of fasting and the suffering of qiyam and suffering of pushing for my family, then I want to tell you one thing. I believe that Rasulullah when he said that the shayateen is shackled, and they are really shackled. They are in jail for the months of Ramadan. Then if our thought is when Ramadan will be over, then I can go back to my routine, then the problem is not in the shayateen, it's the problem in ourselves. That we are not understanding the blessing that we are living, that we are in need of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are in need of isolate ourselves. Allah did it for us. The temptation and the distraction that we are in right now is from ourselves. I receive a lot of messages and YouTube clips and all stuff. People are trying to, in purpose to distract ourselves, worry about everything. Worry about, somebody comes to my house and grab my children and say that they have to be protected from us, or grab me because I have a coronavirus. It's ourselves that we are. You need to put your target. You need to put your target, and you and your family, and they have to isolate themselves in ibadah. I know that some of us want to go back to the masajid. We need the assistance of the masajid. We need the atmosphere of the masajid. And we've been, from the beginning of Ramadan, we're saying, make the atmosphere at home. Make your masjid, your house a masjid. Make your masjid, your house as a member, and put a place in your house that this will be your masjid and your i'tikaf. My own kids are asking me, how are we going to make the i'tikaf this year? How are we going to do it at the masjid? If I do it in the masjid, everybody will come to the masjid. Then I will give a green light to everybody to, and then open the risk for everyone. Do you think I don't want? I want everybody to be safe, but I also want to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I have to choose either to focus and leave the temptation and leave the distraction and focus. That our life is like a clock. It's going quicker than our catching up. Are we catching up in ibadah? Are we trying to change other people and we're not changing? I have people asking, my family is not praying sunnah. Okay, look in a positive aspect first. Are they praying the fard? Yes, alhamdulillah. They're praying the fard. They're fasting? Yes, alhamdulillah. Then, are they feeling the importance of life, Allah in their life? They are in need of Allah. They have to understand that they are in need of Allah. Allah is not in need of them. Then when you love someone and you want him to love you, and you want him to be beside you, and you want, it's exactly our relationship with Allah. Our relationship with Allah as our relationship, example that you love someone, or you want him to be in your side in life, and you want him to give you the job, or give you the money, or give you a career in life, or what you're going to do. You're going to always try to give him gifts. You're going to always try to get closer to Him. Then you'll be from the closest people that He will help you and He will assist you if you are needed of assistance. This is exactly the relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. Allah is the best example. There's no example for between our relationship with Allah. I'm just giving it closer to the brain of our youth. I'm telling everyone. I tell my own beloved kids, if you want anything, this is a time that you request it. This is a time to show that you are close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah is not in need of us, we are in need of Him. What are you going to do to get closer to Allah? Are you gonna? You cannot force Eman in the heart of the young youth. You can't. You cannot force them to feel the love and the sweetness of Eman and to cry when they listen to the Quran and to raise their hand and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because this generation want materialistic, want something to see it in front of them. And what's Laylat al-Qadr for me? Is it like the sky will open and there is a lighting will come and there is someone will come and tell me, here is what you want, is $1 million, it was on the table. This is the mentality of my 9 years old, sometimes 10 years or 11 years old. It's like, what is Laylat al-Qadr for me? Is it gonna strike me and it's like something like a merit, like a huge, Aladdin will come and tell me what you need for in life? No. It's when you find peace in your mind, when you find that you are in love with ibadah, when you are running to your salah, when you are happy that the time of salah comes, when you are sad that Ramadan is leaving. This is a different. When you are sad, oh, Ramadan is only a few days left. I cannot imagine. I don't know how my life will be without Ramadan. This is when you catch Laylatul Qadr. When you feel like you cannot live out of Ramadan, then Allah is telling you, you are accepted. You catch Laylatul Qadr. Now your life will going to be all Laylatul Qadr. Your life will be all happiness, because you're going to live in the frame of Ramadan the whole entire year. But this is easy to say, but how you feel it. This is our kids have to, yes, some people, and I'm just going to give you some people, when they raise their hands and they ask for money, or they ask for success, or they ask for the love of the people, or they ask, say, mahabbat nas, like I want, when I enter, people love me and people say, oh, I love to talk with them. You can get it through Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then they said, really, can I do that? Yes, you can. Can this can people in school or college or a neighbor, they when they see me, they want to invite me yes, and they would not know what's behind it. It's that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves someone, as we always say it in our khutbahs and everything, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves someone, He called Jibreel alayhi salam and He said, I love him, I love this brother, I love him, just love him, Jibreel, ordered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Jibreel called all the angels and said to them, Allah love this person, then all of you love him, order. And then the order come from the sama to the earth. This person is beloved to Allah, and Jibreel and the angel love him, all the earth. Then the love of, they will not say, I love him, but I don't know why. And the opposite happened also. The discomfort with the feeling and all stuff is come also with the relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you are far away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then the message here, just I don't want you to get you far away from the topic. The message is, are we prepared for the last 10 days of Ramadan? Are we prepared our families? That this is very important, that we are building our relationship with Allah to make this house as a strong tower, that very high than anybody else, that our view will be clear in the future, that any calamity, earthquake, and anything cannot shake our foundation of marriage and our foundation of family. That you gather all the kids together and say, listen, this is your chance to get whatever you want. If you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the last 10 days, and this is where we said the odd nights, but you need to prepare yourself. It's training. It's a program. You program yourself until the click of the heart between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala happen. Then you are addicted. The beautiful addiction. The beautiful addiction is different than the addiction of the iPhone and the YouTube and the Facebook and the Instagram and the other things that's going on in life and games and all stuff. The best addiction is your relationship with Allah, that you cannot be away from the Musalla. You cannot be away from the fasting. Then you cannot wait till fast the 6 days after Ramadan, and then the Monday and Thursday, and you cannot feel. But the different feeling in Ramadan is different. I know. Then you have only 10 days left. What you prepare, you and your family, are we all ready to spread the Iman in our house nicely? You cannot force it. I'm remind everybody, you cannot shovel the Iman in the throat of the young kids or your wife or your husband. You cannot keep saying, why you're not doing this? Haram alik, haram alik, haram alik. No, it always reflects upon our action. If you were struck by Islam and Iman as like, and you're so in peace, then they have to see it and say, I want to be like him. You see what Iman did to him? You see what Islam did to him? You see what Ibadah did to him? He changed, totally changed. He become calm, he become quiet, he become nice. He's taking a corner in the house and reading Quran. He's peaceful. I wish all my kids be like him. If he's taking the Quran and going to one side, you cannot keep ordering everybody, and you are not the first one who do it. I cannot force my kids to stay all night in Ibadah if they are hearing me snoring in the whole entire day, except if I'm sick or something like that. Now, it's a mirror. Your kids and your house and your family, it's a mirror of you as a Khalifa. Then if you reflect by your Iman and by the love of Allah and the last 10 days of Ramadan, it will reflect in the whole entire house. And you are a mirror for your family. If I look at you and find you, saying, oh, it's few days and I'll go back to my cigarette, or I go back to my regular habit, and I go back to my coffee in the morning and can't wait until I have my coffee in the morning, then don't tell me that the young shayateen is not in jail as the older shayateen is in jail, but the younger one is still running around us. Please, let's focus and don't confuse our family and ourselves with all this temptation around us and all the stories that we hear and pass it on. If you have the time to pass a video that can scare the whole entire community, you are able to pass a video of how to get closer to Allah in the last 10 days of Ramadan, how to make ibadah, how to isolate yourself, how to enter i'tikaf, how to enter yeah, I know in our house now is like, again, the idea of i'tikaf in the house is not coming to our mind, but this is our option right now. Until they let us know that it's safe to open our masajid and it's safe to be gathered again, I will stick with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is my savior, and I am fearing that the last 10 days, if it passed in my life, I lost so much. And if I catch it, I win everything. I want everyone out there to win the last 10 days of Ramadan, to finalize all the ibadat, the 20 days past, to finalize it with the last 10 days. Leave every temptation, leave every distraction in your life, run to Allah, وَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ. Flee to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, raise your hand and ask Him to give you the strength by taking the suhoor, to give you the assist to the worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the last 10 days, the perfect way, the perfect shape, and have humble when you ask your brothers and you ask your wife and you ask your son and you ask the sister and ask everyone, you are in need of Allah. What did you prepare for Ramadan? Let's live the last 10 days of Ramadan. May Allah make us catch Laylatul Qadr. اللهم إنك عفو غفور تحب العفو فاعف عنا يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم يا أكرم الأكرمين اكرمنا يا أكرم الأكرمين، واغفر لنا واغفر لحينا وميتنا، وتقبل صيامنا وقيامنا. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.